All right, welcome to episode 10 of the Box Nostalgia podcast with PoNGa and Beerski. What's going on, PoNGa?
Man, episode 10, pretty wild, huh? Double digits, getting
crazy.
There. Before we know it, it'll be 100.
It's the
crazy.
X. That's
yeah,
it.
the X.
Dude, 100 would be crazy, dude.
I love how you use that whiteboard. And then, like, you did something with, like, one of your shorts of Happy Father's Day or something. Or
Yep. I try and use it. Anytime it's back there, I try and use it. It makes sense. I bought it years ago, never used it for anything. So now it's used for Pokemon content. So
yeah, it's sick. Hey, next week I get to see you in person. Pretty crazy.
Wait, dude. I'm so excited. It's 10 days away now. So 10 days from right now when we're recording. But it'll be a week from when this video drops on Thursday. Really looking forward to it. So you'll be around when the video drops. Oh no, never mind. That doesn't work that way. That's the week after. I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited about having everyone come out, dude. Like, now Beerski Palooza has been something I've been looking forward to now for quite some time. Excited to see you, Dan, BB, Grimer Collects, Gengar's Den. Oh man, Benji. Trying to name them all. Aaron might stop by. Larry Sherbert's not coming anymore. I'm devastated.
Wait,
by that.
What?
Yeah, dude. So I texted Larry the other day. I was like, "What's up, Larry? Like, I don't know if you're going to be around in Jersey. Stop by the party." He goes, "I haven't had the heart to tell you yet, but I'm not coming." So I'm a little hurt, Larry, but it's okay. We'll get over it. I'll see you in Charlotte. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, he's not coming to Jersey at all, or he's just not coming to your house?
He's not coming to Jersey at all.
This legitimately just ruined my entire day.
There you go. See, he was happy and now he's upset. Everyone. So Larry Sherbert's a gem. Yeah, man, the list is pretty big for Beerski Palooza. I'm happy everyone's gonna be here. Oh, can't forget Professor Birch and Chef. Obviously, they're gonna be here too. What's going on, fellas? Just looking forward to it. River Time, Beer Olympics, TCG tournament, Mario Kart. It's just gonna be a fun time. Lots of food, beverages. So really looking forward to seeing everyone. Getting the house ready right now. I've been painting and putting up fences and doing all this crazy stuff just for PoNGa. I text him and say, I'm painting your deck, putting up your fence. So, but yeah, looking forward to that. How was your 4th of July weekend, dude? Anything exciting happen?
Yeah, it was good. I every year or most years go up to my family's lake house. So in Michigan, fireworks are legal. So you have a bunch of people just shooting off fireworks all night around the lake. This year, I think there used to be like this guy that would have the craziest fireworks show. Like, you have like the town fireworks shows. It's like that level, but like at his house going like right above on the lake. So there was probably, I don't know, a few hundred boats just chilling around this part of the lake, just like staring at this guy's fireworks. And it was wild. He had a really sick show. But yeah, I was there. For the weekend, took a little long weekend, took that Friday off work.
Good for you.
Came back Saturday, and here we are. What'd you do for the 4th?
I went on a pre-river trip. So we're going on a river trip this weekend, actually. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're camping over 2 nights. Everyone's going to have kayaks and stuff. So we went out on the 4th, tried some stuff out. We bought this floating like platform that you can pull equipment with behind. Fit a cooler perfectly with all our bevies and all that stuff. We're gonna have another one for all our dry things. So we tested that out. Had a great time. Got so sunburned on my legs. I was wearing shorts that had like the Spank shorts underneath. They're the compression shorts. So they were like stuck to my leg. It's literally like red, white on my legs. It's pretty ridiculous. So next week you guys will see my ridiculous tan I have from it. Put sunblock everywhere but my legs. I don't know why. But that's what I did on the 4th. It was a good day. Had a lot of fun. So yeah. Let's get into this. First segment, as always, item of the week. I'm gonna let PoNGa take item of the week away. What do you got for everyone today, dude?
Yeah, something a little different for me. So it's a Powerpuff Girls blister. So I assume this year is correct. It says 2000. It was made by Artbox. So super cheap blister. I think it comes with 2 booster packs, and then this I think they refer to it as a bonus foil card that's only available in the blister form. And you can kind of see it's a really cool holographic.
Yeah, it's awesome. Mojo Jojo's in there.
Yeah, some stuff about the set. This is just off the back of the blister. 72 regular cards, 12 foil chase cards. It says they're randomly inserted. So yeah, I think you can kind of see like some of the examples of the art like on the pack there, just like almost like full art cards. They're pretty cool.
Nice.
But honestly, like one of my favorite items I own. I love blisters. I love unique blisters that other people probably don't have, and this definitely falls in that category for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I used to love the Powerpuff Girls as
Yeah.
a kid growing up, and the Cartoon Network and stuff. So that came out. I was 12 years old when that blister came out, which is wild.
Yeah.
How quickly time has gone by. All right,
And
so
this one's pretty minty too. No bends.
yeah, it
nothing.
looks minty, crisp and everything. The back's no stain in. It's nice. So nice little personal collection item for you. Speaking of personal collection items, this past weekend I went to a local card show. Some people may have seen it on my Instagram. So this is going to be my item of the week. It is a 1998 fancy graffiti, surfing Pikachu. This is obviously in a pristine 10, old label. It looks awesome with the blue graded guard around it. It's Pop 4. It's pretty wild. I'm very, very happy to have this card. As Quilly said, welcome to the Dust Lords. 100%. This is ultimate dust. Like, it's just so cool, though. Like, I'm all about it. I really do love these Bandai sets. I know we talked about the Stitch set. This is another set that I really didn't know all that much about. But for whatever reason, I just love these cards. They do it for me. I like how niche they are. Very cool. I may or may not have just also purchased the PSA 10 version of this card last night on auction. So I'm really looking forward to. I finally have a collection goal, I think. And that's been something that people have been asking me for a while now. What's your collection goal? What's your personal collection goal? I think it's to get a 10 set of these in the highest, grade they have for CGC, PSA, and BGS. If I can swing that, I don't know if there's any black labels. I probably won't be buying any of those anytime soon. But
if there are, they're probably obscenely priced.
But these are cool, man. So this is Pop 4. Like I said, I have a PSA one now coming in the mail. Pop 41. Very excited about having these. Looking forward to that collecting journey. So that's my item of the week. Next segment real quick. We haven't done this one in a while because not every day there's information, but we have a This Day in History. I'm going to pull this up. Let me see if it's actually at stage. Boom. So this day in Pokemon history, 24 years ago today, the third Pokemon movie, Pokemon 3, the movie, known in Japan as Entei and the Unknown Tower, was first released. This movie features Ash rush to rescue his mother from the legendary Pokemon. So yeah, 20 years ago today, Pokemon 3, the movie came out, which is just insane.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's
yeah. 20 years ago.
I don't even know what to say about it.
There's not much to say about it. I was 15, so I wasn't even like really in the Pokemon anymore at 15. But to think about, like, it's still crazy. Like, we're almost at the 30-year anniversary for Pokemon. We're pushing it. It doesn't feel or seem like that. It seems like it just came out not that long ago. It's just crazy what nostalgia and all that stuff does for you. So let's see. We're gonna stop sharing that.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, crazy. All right, next segment. Tier list. Sword and Shield block. Go.
Yeah, one of those tier lists that probably anyone that does a tier list has done at this point. Surprisingly, we haven't done it yet. We did a lot of the alt arts, I think, in the first episode. So finally getting to the full complete set. Some of these ones are going to be pretty hard to rank, in my opinion. Well, for me at least, because I like a lot of the later half sets. But I think I'm going to start with the easiest S tier that I think is ever going to exist in Pokemon ever. I know we all have like the funny jokes, like, artist gonna art, whatever. It's like sets just get better and better. I don't really know how a set of complete alt arts is gonna be outdone. I mean, obviously if you have like shiny alt arts and all that kind of stuff, but the set itself, like I love the Japanese version of V-Star Universe, but the English version is just so sick. I mean, it's a set of alt arts. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just pretty wild. And then it like includes like the Pikachu card that is a promo in Japanese. But I mean, just overall, there's not really much to say about this set. I think it's, and I don't say this lightly, like I don't say it for every set like a lot of people do, but I think it's one of the best sets ever made. Probably easy top 3 to 5 sets I think ever made. And like I said, I really think they really did shoot their shot with this set and put a recap to the Sword and Shield block, which I think in general the Sword and Shield block will go down as one of the top blocks, and I think it is to this point. I think you can make the argument like later WotC and maybe like EX era being up there as well. But I love this set.
Yeah, I will concur with you. This set is probably my favorite from the Sword and Shield block. Like you said, it's an easy S tier for me. So we're shooting our shot. I do S tiers, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, I those words do come out of my mouth. S tier. Said it again. There you go. I love the set. I bought a master set of it. Graded a bunch of the cards. Did really well with the cards. I love the Gold God Pokemon cards, the Arceus, Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina. I think that's PK did a video about it when they first came out, when they were first about to come out. So if you haven't seen that, I might link that video below. Actually, I want you to go check it out. But just like, it's literally the God Pokemon, and the way it's set up and the way everything is, it's just like a very cool idea. They did it extremely well. All the Pokemon look really great in it. I don't know, like you said, the secret Pikachu that came in Precious Collector box. Yeah, so it came in a Precious Collector box in Japanese. Worth way more in Japanese than it is in English, but just a great set all around. Like you said, alt art set, but with just absolutely fantastic arts. There's really not many in there that you wonder why they did that art. So it's very well done. S tier from us.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's do Vivid Voltage. All right. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. So this set holds a special spot in my heart because it's when I got back into Pokemon. It was around that time, Logan Paul, all the stuff with the Pokemon cards that he was doing, illustrators, first edition, Charizards, all that stuff. My mother called me, told me to go look at my binder. I thought I was a millionaire for, a day or two, which was awesome. Started buying, I think I bought 3 booster boxes of Vivid Voltage. I bought a bunch of ETBs. I got lucky. I mean, everything was going through the roof price-wise when this came out. So I got lucky and found stuff at MSRP at a local card shop by me, which was great. Shouldn't have ripped that much, but I did. I had a lot of fun doing it. I pulled the Rainbow Chongchu, which was fantastic. It was OC as all hell, but I didn't care because it was just, a win for me pulling a card like that. I really like the set. I know not everyone really likes this set. Me not being very, I'm going to take my personal bias out of this one a little bit. The set's not the best. Really, it has to offer the Chongchu. There's a bunch of other stuff in it that is, not that great. So I'm going to give it a solid C, and that's not even that solid. It's not the best set. Pikachu really saves it for me. So I'm going to put it in C.
Yeah, similar story. I mean, I got back into Pokemon a little while before this, more towards the beginning of 2020, late 2019. But I think Vivid Voltage might have been the first actual booster box I opened.
Really?
So I remember I had access to MVP when this set came out. I remember the ETBs being like $25 shipped on MVP's website. And then in hindsight, those went up to, I don't know, $90, $100, whatever they went up to. So kind of regret not buying those at the time.
Yeah.
And sold them. But I bought, I remember there was like the rumors of it being short printed and stuff. So I immediately went out and bought, and this was after MVP took it down, but 2 boxes from Football Pete on eBay for like $90 a piece. They came in. I ended up opening the first one, and like the first couple packs pulled the Rainbow Pikachu. Me being the idiot, still opened the second box because I was like, oh, well, it paid for both boxes. Might as well open them both, even though in hindsight, like there's nothing really to pull in them unless you were to
No.
pull another one. But I assume they're 2 boxes from the same case, so the chances of you pulling 2 in the same 2 boxes, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool set. I like the full art Pikachu with the pink background. I think that's like one of my more favorite just full art cards from the Sword and Shield block. I
That's
think the pink and yellow look really, really good together.
amazing rares also. I
Yeah, I
really
was gonna
like
say
the
amazing
rare.
rares. It's a shame they made it like a minimum of 2 per box. They made them way too common. For comparison, the Japanese counterpart legendary Heartbeat, you get 1 per box, so it's a little more rare, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I'm somewhere around that CD range. It's almost unfair that the second half of Sword and Shield gets alt arts and trainer gallery and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's better than the other sets around it, right? Like some sets we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, I think for now I'll stick it in C with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really dig the amazing art rare or the amazing rares. Thought it was a cool idea, and again, cool idea for me when I first came in. I thought they were something really special and awesome because I didn't know better, and I think people quickly realized they weren't going to be something special and awesome. I have a bunch raw sitting in my 5 row behind me somewhere. I like them. I think they did them. There's some look better than others, obviously, but the hollow pattern on them and stuff are pretty cool. So that's just another cool little thing about that set. But you can go next, PoNGa.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with. Oh no, I have an ad reading in my ear. I think I'm gonna go with Darkness Ablaze. I think this is the worst set in Sword and Shield. Maybe.
Really?
You know what? It's either that or probably Rebel. But I don't really want to say much about this set, I don't think. It's really just got the VMAX Charizard, which is just a normal VMAX, and I think you get like 1 in like every other box or something guaranteed, basically, because there's only like a few VMAXs in the set.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a normal VMAX card, which aren't hard to pull, right? So it's just like, it's not a secret or it's not rainbow or anything. I think it's kind of weird that they made a set around Charizard and then did Champion's Path afterwards.
Which is another Charizard.
They should have just put them all in one set, probably.
Yeah.
I think, I don't even want to talk all that much about the set. I think it's a D tier. I don't think any set should be considered Y in this block, in my opinion, because there does have to be weaker sets, but I think it's definitely the weakest, or one of the weakest in the whole entire block.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the cards here right now. Just like re-familiarizing myself with this. And yeah, like they have the Butterfree VMAX Rainbow. I do like that. I like and talk about the rainbow cards going up right now. They're really starting to move a little bit. I just sold all mine in Orlando like a schmuck, so I'm not going to see any of those extra gains. This is the story of my Pokemon life. I have something cool and I sell it, I don't know, a week to 2 days before it pops off without fail every time. So I'm just dealing with that. Yeah, this set's not that great. Pretty much, basic stuff going on here. Like you said, not real big chase cards. The VMAX wasn't really a chase card. Kind of seems like you said it was just kind of thrown together. I'll go with you and also give this a D. It's not doing much for me. I didn't rip a lot of it. And again, this was when I was first in the hobby. Couple like check lane blisters and stuff like that I would tear open. I think I pulled the just regular Charizard V from it. Thought I was like, oh sweet, Charizard. Didn't know any better. Like, so again, like, just it's funny, like that's 4 years ago now, little under 4 years ago now. The amount of knowledge that I had then compared to now, and like what I thought was cool then and what I now know is cooler or feel is cooler is fun.
Yeah, so. I think this is when I got back into Pokemon, this was the first booster box I bought when I got back in, because it was like one of the first main sets that came out. And And it was like obviously had a Charizard, so everyone was like, "Oh, it's the biggest thing ever."
Yeah. Charizard sets. They need to just go an entire block without a Charizard set. Like that would be something so cool. I know Java Akuma is thrown up in his mouth a little bit here and that, but we got to get rid of the Charizard, man. Let's get a Rayquaza set every block. Let's do something different. I don't know. All right. Let's go to battle styles. Boom. All right. Sleepy T-Tar. This is introduced alt arts for everyone. I know everyone really loved that Sleepy T-Tar. I didn't open. I think maybe I've opened 1 or 2 booster packs of this set. I didn't really go that far deep into it. I know it's got a couple other alt arts as well, like the Urshifu and all that good happy stuff. I wasn't a big fan.
I think it's what Empoleon, Tyranitar, the Urshifu.
Oh, is it that cool Empoleon card?
I think it might be, right?
Battle styles. Pull it up real quick.
And then it's got like the that like blue Urshifu one that was pretty big when it first came out.
Let's see. Scroll down to the bottom real quick. Okay, yeah, Sleepy T-Tar. This is a huge set, 183 cards.
Huge set, 183. Wait till we get to Fusion Strike.
Yeah, well, that's what, 3 something?
Something like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, so they're... Yeah, all right. Yes, Single Strike, Urshifu VMAX. Trying to find the other... Sleepy T. So, yeah, the set's good. Like, it's not terrible. It introduced alt arts. Everyone's a big fan of them, obviously. But I think outside of those alt arts, there really wasn't much going for it. The T-Tar is really the most known one. The other ones really don't get talked about a lot because they get lost under that. I would go ahead and give this just... I want to give it a higher tier ranking than I want to because of what it is and how it did introduce the alt arts for everyone. So, you know what? Maybe I'll put it in B just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than Vivid Darkness, those sets. The Sleepy T is pretty... I mean, it's one of like the better cards of the entire block, I think. I really like the Mimikyu full art. The Empoleon's pretty nice. What are the trainers?
Oh,
the
yeah.
The Gold Houndoom's pretty nice.
The Empoleon V is a pretty cool card. It's just... I think we ranked that card. It just... Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's just another like alt art that elevates it a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah, here's my problem, right? Is like I want to put it in B. I think all the alt art sets probably have to be B or higher, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't think they could be on the same level as like Vivid is the problem, right? So I'm gonna go.
They just have the the values there for those sets that aren't there in the first, but we'll see. All right, so that was mine. So you go now. Pick some heat here.
Some heat. This kind of heat.
A little Brilliant Star action.
I think this is my favorite set besides Crown Zenith in the entire block.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, when this set came out, I remember. So at this point, and everyone knows this by now, but I'm a huge sealed guy, right? When this set came out, I opened an entire case of it because I like the set so much. I think I pulled the Rainbow Charizard, but I didn't pull any alt arts. In this set, I really like. I shouldn't say I really like. I mean, the lower tier alt arts like the Honchkrow, the Arceus are pretty nice. I mean, obviously you have the Charizard alt art, which I think is a little overrated, but it's still nice. But
I love the Arceus one. I think that's a very underrated alt art.
Yeah, I agree. And for whatever reason, I really like the full arts in this set. I really like the Shaman, the Charizard, the Raichu, the Pikachu. I don't like the Pikachu as much as the other one that we were just talking about, and then I think like one of the more some of the more slept on cards, because their gold cards are the Galarian Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno gold cards, which are really nice as well.
Trainer
And then,
gallery.
yeah, I was about to say the trainer gallery in the set. I'm pulling it up. It has the EVs, the Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, Eevee. It has the Mimikyus, the Sylveons, the Umbreons, and then like trainers. It has the Acerola and Gloria.
Yeah, I mean,
this set, outside of, you could make the argument of Evolving Skies and Crown Zenith, but outside of those sets, I think it's even better than Fusion Strike and Chilling, just because of the trainer gallery. Those sets don't have that. And I think this is the first set that introduced back in the trainer gallery stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know if I could put it S tier, but it's definitely high up in A tier for me. Like it's on the verge of going S for me.
Yeah, that Flareon card by itself is, I think, one of the better trainer gallery cards in Sword and Shield block. I'm a big fan of that. Anything with evolutions is awesome. I'm a big fan of the Mimikyu trainer gallery card as well, or he's watching the TV and it's throwing the shadow behind him. I think that's an awesome card. Yeah, I mean, another decently sized set. You got what, 86 cards plus another 30 for the trainer gallery. Like you said, the Arceus card is absolutely on point. The Charizard card, I'm with you. I'm not the biggest fan of that Charizard art. I like the art where he's battling with Mewtwo better.
I love the Zekrom card too. That card's sick.
Zekrom. Trying to find it here.
It's Trainer Gallery 5.
Oh, yes. I was just looking at that too. Yeah, she's riding on the back of him. That's a pretty badass card. The Jolteon's great too. So you're giving it what, an A tier?
I'm almost on the verge of S, to be honest, but I don't know if I could put it on the same level.
It's definitely not the same level as Crown Zenith. For sure, not the same level as Crown Zenith. So Sword and Shield, like the second half of Sword and Shield, all the alt arts and stuff, I didn't even get to experience when I first got in the hobby, because I was in the hobby for 6 months and then was out of the hobby again. Didn't think about Pokemon for another 2 years, or year and a half. So I didn't really get into these sets, and until after I got back in and everything was starting to kick over into Scarlet and Violet. Like I said, I caught the tail end of some things. But it's a good set all the way around. I'll give it an A with you. I don't think it deserves any less than an A. Like you said, we're going on art and all that stuff. This is one of the better art sets.
Yeah, I just like it. I know, like, the cool thing to do, like, once they were selling out on Pokemon Center, was to talk about Lost Origin and Brilliant Stars, but I was screaming about this set long before that happened. It's definitely up there. Top 3 Sword and Shield set probably for me.
It's a good one. Let's do Silver Tempest. I like the set. Another trainer gallery set. A lot of good stuff in there as well. Not as good as Brilliant Stars. I really dig the Jinx card. That's TG4, trainer gallery number 4. I know not a lot of people are Jinx fans, but I just love the style of art here. Mountain in the back, Jinx giving kisses to her trainer. It's pretty good stuff. Obviously, the Lugia alt art card is in this set. I did pull one of those, graded it. I personally love the Lugia card more than a lot of people do. I know that it kind of got a little bit of backlash when it first came out. People were saying, it's just staring at his butt and all this stuff. But when you really look at that artwork, and we went over this when we did our tier list for the alt arts, it's one of my favorite in the entire Sword and Shield block. I'm a big fan of it. I opened quite a bit of Silver Tempest. I got lucky and bought the GameStop Build and Battle Stadium boxes for $20 when they were up. I think I got 5 of them or something like that. So I had Silver Tempest packs. I was just ripping packs until I pulled Lugia. And it didn't take that long. I think maybe 15 packs, pulled Lugia, and then I sold the rest at Collecticon a few months later in Charlotte. So I really dig the set. I'm a big fan of it. This is right when I got back in when Silver Tempest dropped. So like I said, I missed Brilliant Stars, missed all that stuff. It was like Silver Tempest and then Crown Zenith for me. So that again, Sword and Shield's a weird block for me because I was in and out, didn't really know what was going on. I'll give this one. Oh man, I like this one too a lot. I'm gonna also give this one an A, just because of what it is for me. It's another great set.
Now, the way I'm gonna say this, there's two different things, right? Like my favorite alternate art, and then an alternate art that's just really well done. I think the Unknown alternate art might be the best done alternate art out of any alternate art. Like,
it's good.
Yeah, I still hate that I had a Japanese and an English when I sold them both in Houston last year. But yeah, I mean, I'm the biggest Lugia fan, one of the biggest Lugia fans you'll ever meet. I really like the alternate art as well. I think people just expect too much. The only thing that could really elevate this set, imagine if they did a Ho-Oh alternate art in the set as well, like along with the full art that's in it.
And I don't understand, like, that they miss so many opportunities for stuff like that. Like you're doing the counterpart,
and it's not like they did a Ho-Oh in another set, right?
No,
so it's like
Ho-Oh doesn't get any love when it comes to many things. I feel like that, and I was always a Ho-Oh guy when I was a kid. Like when that came out, like, I was Ho-Oh all the way.
Silver's the way to go.
I was like, fuck Lugia. I don't want anything to do with him. Ho-Oh only because he was the legendary bird that you saw flying over in the first episode of Pokemon. They didn't see again. Like that was so cool in my little kid mind. And I was like, whoa, we get to actually like catch this thing now. And like that was so cool for me. So I was always a big Ho-Oh fan, but just no arts for that guy at all. So but yeah, like I said, I'll stick this bad boy in A.
Yeah, I also, I mean, I think you mentioned it, but the Rayquaza VMAX in the or not the Rayquaza, yeah, the Rayquaza VMAX in the trainer gallery is like
gold
one of the, no, the regular, like it's not a gold one. It's the
it's that green and gold on the black back.
No, trainer gallery 20.
Oh, 20. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's awesome. The VMAX.
That's like one of my favorite cards in probably Sword and Shield. I love that card. I really like that black and gold card as well. I think only a few of them look good. I think Rayquaza is one of the ones that look good. But yeah, I mean, compared to like what we were just talking about with Brilliant Stars, I don't think the trainer gallery is as good. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. I think it's really top heavy. I like the Blissey as well.
Yes.
And then, compared to some of the other sets we're going to talk about, it just doesn't have as many really, really good alternate arts. Like Reggie Drago, no one really cares about, I don't think, all that much. I think I'm going to put it in B tier, so we'll average it out between A and B.
Perfect. Yeah, they got the Altaria, Gardevoir in there, too. It's another great card. There's a lot of good stuff in this set. So
yeah, definitely super solid set. Like I like the set a lot.
Except this Duraludon VMAX. This is a shit card. I absolutely can't stand that. That might be the worst Pokemon of all time. Yeah, I absolutely cannot stand that Pokemon. It makes zero sense.
Yeah, I mean it's that argument, right? Like our newer Pokemon design's worse, but man, people don't want to hear it. You go look at Kanto's Pokemon designs and tell me how clever they were.
I still cracks me. Ekans is just fucking snake backwards.
Dog, like they just made a Pokeball into a Pokemon. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
the seal is called Seal. Yeah, they were really killing it that first go around.
Let's be honest with ourselves here. All right, I'm gonna do Lost Origin. I think it's on par with Brilliant Stars. Just looking at some cards, the trainer gallery is pretty crazy. Again, it has the Charizard, Pikachu, Gengar, and then it's got the Snorlax, and then it has the Pikachu V and Pikachu VMAX as well, and then the gold Pikachu. So it's got 4 different Pikachus in the trainer gallery alone. It has the Mew black and gold card. And then for whatever reason, I really like the Centiskorch VMAX. I don't know why, but I really like it. And then like the main set, obviously. I think it's probably still the second biggest card. The Rayquaza VMAX has to be up there, but the Giratina alt art. I really like. I know I was a hater on it for a while, but I grew on me a little bit.
Yeah,
I think the Aerodactyl V is phenomenal. One of the best alt arts as well.
extremely underrated.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's like, when you look at like compared to Brilliant Stars, it's probably about the same, right? Like one super coveted alternate art that's really up there, some secondary ones that are kind of there, and then a really, really, really good trainer gallery that really elevates it above the other sets around it. So I think I'm going to put it in A.
Yeah, I mean, Giratina V, that Aerodactyl V. We talked about it. I love Pokemon cards that have other Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
When it's done well, that card was done very well. You got a volcano, erupting in the background. There's a ton of Pokemon in the frame. Aerodactyl is another Pokemon that didn't get a lot of love for a long time. So I'm definitely happy to see that card. I know this card went crazy in price when it came out because Rev couldn't pull it. Said it couldn't pull it. People started going nuts over it. Just a great set. I love the Sleepy Pikachu. That's a great card. TG5. I'm also a huge fan of the Training Gallery Gengar with the Misfortune Sisters. He's just hanging out by the fire. They're doing whatever they're doing there. I'm a big fan of that. Had a lot of those in Japanese. I graded in 10s. Yeah, Gold VMAX Pikachu.
I love the Pikachu VMAX in the Trainer Gallery. I think that's one of the better cards in Sword and Shield.
The one where he's towering over like Ash, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Ash. Yeah, that's great. That's a great card. I like the V too because it's kind of tells a little story between those. It's the same guy. And that's another great card. Like the trainer galleries, I know they're not alt arts and not a lot of them are slept on, but I feel like trainer gallery cards, even though they're more available, we'll see some growth in the future just because of the art. So
yeah, I think some of them are the best arts there are in Sword and Shield. A lot of them are better. A lot of them are better than the alternate arts in the set.
Oh, so. Absolutely, absolutely. So I like this set a lot. Again, it wasn't one that I ripped a lot, but it's a fun set. The Giratina, I'm a huge fan. I love that kind of art style. I love that kind of artwork. Again, it's another set with a trainer gallery. We're going top heavy here. I'm going to stick this in an A as well. Like these sets are just good. Like you're opening these packs, feeling good about opening a lot of these packs because there are so many hits in them. Trainer gallery card here, trainer gallery card there, alt art. So, not the Crown Zenith way. Like that was insane. Every pack was a banger. Like I love that. Even Star Universe, like awesome. Like the Japanese crossover counterpart to it. So just fun opening experiences for these sets. All right, let's pick a turd. Let's go to Champions Path. Ripped a lot of Champions Path. Came out around the same time Vivid Voltage came out. I bought a bunch of those Marnie boxes. I actually have, I'll hold it up for everyone. I have 2 of these still. There we go. Champions Path. Pulled the Charizard out of one of these boxes, the Rainbow Charizard out of Champions Path. I had really good luck with pulling the chases in a few of these sets, like when it first came out. So hot hands. I still have some pretty good luck at it. I don't rip as many packs as Walrus likes to tell everyone I rip, but other than that, though, like there's really not much to it. It's not a great set. I'm kind of losing focus here. Not the best set. It was just a lot of Machamps. I know I pulled a ton of Machamps out of this set, just constantly champ. I have a whole box full of them. So not too much to say. Like I said, Rainbow Charizard was it. This was the specialty set. I couldn't buy booster boxes, obviously. They had a bunch of cool, fun, ancillary things with, you buy, I think they were the gym pin sets where you got the pins from each gym leader. So it was fun like that, but not a great opening experience. I'm going to put it down with Vivid Voltage at a C, just because same time frame. it was more just me ripping packs and enjoying ripping packs and thinking I knew what I was doing. So, ignorance is bliss, and that's what I was living in those days.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's C. I think it's the worst specialty set of the Sword and Shield block, in my opinion. It's 2 Charizards or bust. And for whatever reason, everyone was ripping a ton of packs at this time. I opened 1 Champions Path ETB and said never again. And lucky for me, I always liked sealed, so it worked out because a lot of that stuff I was able to flip right away and pay for the stuff I kept. I still have at least a few Champions Path ETBs. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I think, Champions Path, they could have done a really cool themed set, like working your way up to the champion, like the Elite Four type stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, at the time it was super cool. This was probably the most excited people were after, people when they came back in. Hidden Fates, everyone loved that. Hidden Fates at this point was super expensive, so people were super excited for more Charizards, and I think it just kind of flopped a little bit after a while.
Oh, yeah, let's not forget to mention the ETB promo that there's, some 50,000 of them graded.
Yeah, I mean, that's a sick card, though. I actually, it's another one of those ones with a pink background that I think looks really good. For whatever reason, pink backgrounds on Pokemon cards just look really good. Or maybe I just like the color pink. I don't really know. And then obviously, I think the ETB looks pretty cool. I'm looking at one right up in front of me. That like bronze kind of orangey color.
Yeah, no, and it's the Champion's Paths in some cool that bronze coloring, and it's shiny. It also has the secret shiny Charizard as well. The first ever rainbow card I pulled was a Dreadnought VMAX.
Yeah.
I graded it. It got a 9. I got CGC 9 too. I had no idea what I was doing. It's like, this thing's rainbow. It's got to be worth something, dude. Not worth anything. Literally nothing. So, oh man. All right, your go. Pokemon Go.
So I think one of my hot takes in one of our episodes was that I feel like Pokemon Go gets way too much hate. Now, you could not like the set, and I'm all good with that. But there were people when this set came out that said like it didn't relate to the game at all, or like could have related to the game more. And like I just think that's kind of like an idiotic statement. I'll just throw that out there. Obviously like the theming around the set's pretty cool. Like they have the collection boxes with like each of the train or the gym or the leaders for that team, which I think are really cool. And then like I'm just looking at the set, like all these Pokemon are so relevant in the game if you've played the Pokemon Go game this entire time, up until this point at least. I mean, they have like the Melmetal, which was like a huge thing in Pokemon Go when
sure was.
Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee came out. You could like by like logging into the game and connecting them or whatever, you could get like Melmetal or Meltans in the game.
Tons of Meltans.
So that's super relevant. Obviously, the Mewtwo alt art is kind of a callback to the original Pokemon Go trailer, which I think is really cool. And like I was one of the people that I was at all the original Pokemon Go Fest, and like the first time they released raids was at Pokemon Go Fest, and it was like the coolest thing ever. So that whole scene being like around a city, because Pokemon Go was released, or the Pokemon Go Fest was downtown Chicago, so it just kind of makes me it reminds me of that time. And then like Dragonite's a really relevant Pokemon in the game. Even the Conkeldurr alternate art's not the greatest alt art, but it's super relevant in the game. And then like the Ditto obviously is super relevant in the game as well. So yes,
those Ditto cards are so cool.
And then it has,
I love them.
I forgot to mention it has the Radiance as well, which I wish they put the Eevee in the set rather than its own collection box, but it made it for a pretty cool collection box that came with, I think, a playmat as well. But I actually really like the Radiant Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. Now the one main issue, and I feel like I'm talking about Pokemon Go the most out of all the sets, but it is pretty small, right? Like there's not much to chase. It's just 88 cards. So I think that kind of lowers it. But to say that it's not relevant to the game is just not accurate at all.
I feel like we need more sets that are like 80 something cards.
Yeah, the problem is like people compare it to like what comes out around it. Like as its own, like the set people talk about set identity. It's Pokemon Go is literally like one of the best set identities, like besides maybe Evolving Skies, right? Like
Yeah.
it's with all that said, I think it's like in between B and C for me. I think it's better than Champion's Path.
Okay. So I like a lot of the arts. Like you said, small set. It's a lot of half, the box art styles where it's just like half the card. But you got stuff like the Gyarados is absolutely fire in this set.
The hollows are fire.
The Tyranitar is out of control. Dude, he just looks so gnarly standing there with all the flames behind him. Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno are just looking very cool. I'm a big fan of the arts. Obviously, they're not full arts. I think they could have done a little bit more with the full arts in this set, other than the Mewtwo and the Conkeldurr. They definitely could have elevated it a little bit. I mean, it was Pokemon Go. You have a set where you have Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and then the same with Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, and so on and so forth. Like they could have done something really cool other than just the Radiant cards with those. But that's just my my take on that. I don't know. As for like where I would rank it, I don't know. What you said between B and C, you said between B and C. I'd probably give this just a C. I know we don't want to drop it down because it does have alt arts and stuff in it, but I do think it was one of the weaker sets that came out with alt arts. Like you said, it's also being judged by what's around it.
Yeah, I'll just put it at C, but I will say I think it is better than Champion's Path, my opinion.
Okay.
But
all right, let's go celebrations. This is Dan's bread and butter. He sells nothing but celebration Charis all day long. The man plugs them every chance he gets. I love it. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I don't think Celebrations was a great set. There's a few cards in it I do really enjoy. I love that they full arted the original Pikachu. He was all chunky and stuff. Like I really am a big fan of that card. I have one in the PSA 10 sitting behind me. I don't know where it is. I'm not going to pull it out. But that's a fun card. For me at least. I'm a big fan of that. The set just really doesn't do it for me. Like it's just more reprints on reprints on reprints of base set stuff. How many Charizard base sets can you get? Endless is what they say. I personally like the Blastoise art more. But yeah, it's an all right rip. That the packs are small, 4 cards per pack, or so the prices of the cards or the prices of the packs went through the roof for a while. I'm still sure they're pretty high in comparison to some of the sets. I don't know. I'm going to give Celebrations just to see. Like I think for what Sword and Shield is, Celebrations missed the mark. 25th anniversary, like they definitely could have done something much cooler. I'm hoping they do something cooler with the 30th anniversary, but we shall see.
How wild is it that we're like a year and a half away from the 30th anniversary?
Dude, it's outrageous that we're that close to it. It's nuts. Like I don't know how or why we're at 30 years already, but we are. And I'm excited to see what it does to the market. I'm excited to see what Pokemon does with it. 30's big, man. Like Magic shit the bed with their 30th anniversary. They really pissed a lot of people off. I can't see Pokemon doing the same thing.
I'm with Dan on this one. Give me $1,000 product. Give it to me.
I'll buy the $1,000 Pokemon product. Give it to me too. Like I'll buy it. I would buy it. Rip the fucking thing. Like I don't even care. Like I had the degen in me. Like I would do it. I'm excited to see what the 30th anniversary does, but this isn't doing it for me.
Yeah. I still think like, I do like. Oh, he dropped off. Oh no. I'll keep going.
Here, I had to turn my light on.
No,
It's
you're
getting
good.
really dark in here.
You dropped off, and I was like, oh no, he's gone.
No, I'm here. I have really short shorts on right now, and I'm saving that for a paywall.
Yeah, I'll sign up for that paywall.
Fucking A.
So I think to this point, like this is still like one of my favorite buys in Sword and Shield. I know that's not what we're ranking, but it just the similarities between this and what Generations was when I first got into Pokemon, like you could buy those pin boxes for 15-20 bucks of Generations, and I bought like a set of like the big like Pikachu, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise boxes for like sub $100 a piece, whatever it was. I think this set's going to age really well for like the reprint stuff. Like I feel like there's a lot of people that really like to enjoy are opening the set. Yes, it's a super small set, but like I really love what they did with like the flying and surfing Pikachu VMAXs. I think like the regular holo cards are really cool. A lot of them have really cool arts. I like the gold Mew a lot. I think that's a really good added chase on top of like what the normal reprints are. And for whatever reason, I really like the Professor's Research full art. Now, what I will say with the classic collection is like, I wish we were like incorporating more of the Japanese set into this, because I think the Japanese 25th are like some of the best printed cards ever. Like with the border, they just look so good. Like the Blastoise, like the holo has like a waviness to it. It just looks so good. And I'm really glad that they reprinted the birthday Pikachu in an affordable way, because I think the birthday Pikachu is one of my favorite cards ever printed ever.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then they also made like the Umbreon Gold Star affordable, right? Which is really nice. To your point though, I think they could have picked a lot better cards for the reprint. Where's the E series representation? Where's, more EXs, all that kind of stuff. They kind of, a lot of the cards that they reprinted, they kind of went, oh, what was playable at the time, right? Like the Tapu Lele, stuff like that.
I was just about to say, who wants that card? Man?
Yeah, like who wants a Claydol? Like
no one.
With that said, I mean, I don't hate the set. I think it's a really good themed set. The promos are all really good. The UPC, I think I'm going to incorporate that into the set itself as being really cool.
The UPC is cool. Out of my price range when I got back.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a lot at MSRP. I think I've sold most of them. I think I have like a sealed case left, and that's it. I think I sold the rest when I was going to buy my house. But I don't know. I think I could see why people would like it. I could also see why people dislike it. So with that said, I think I'm like somewhere around the B. So you put it in what, C?
I put it in C. Yeah. So
I'll just put it in between the two. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think Celebrations is going to be as affordable as it is for much longer. My opinion.
No. Well, once the 30th hits, people are going to be looking back to the last.
And PoNGa will be printing. I promise you. I have a good amount of ETBs.
I love it. That's awesome. All right, I think it's your pick.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. What do I want to do? I want to pull up the set list for this one though. Rebel Clash. So funny enough, when I first got back into Pokemon, like I said, I got back in like super into it in early 2020. I remember watching Leonhardt open Rebel Clash right before it came out. Leonhardt was like the guy back then, right? For most people, probably. I opened some Rebel Clash and actually at the time like enjoyed opening it for whatever reason. I had a lot of good luck getting like full arts and stuff, which in hindsight's kind of funny because there's not much to chase really. Rebel Clash was a super playable set at the time, so a lot of the singles were a decent price. And then obviously we know what it's done now, like never really got like a widespread ETB or booster box reprint. Packs are still pretty cheap though.
Worst ETB box art of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So bad, dude.
Yeah, I remember there was one store. It was a big store at the time. They were going out of business and selling them on eBay for like $20 a piece. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really like any of the cards. I think it's probably Boss's Order is pretty good. Sonya's pretty good, but like my Lodic is pretty good. I pulled the Eldegoss and Inteleon when I was opening it, and back then, like, you need to realize like full arts are like kind of a hit back then. God, I don't know where I want to put it though. I think it's D. I think it's D tier.
Yeah, the Copper Jaw is terrible. So when I first got in and I was just buying and ripping everything, this was in the height of the scalper craze. Everyone was going to freaking Walmarts and Targets. So I was literally going out looking for Champion's Path. I went to my Walmart and there's a dude with this cart that had every single Champion's Path ETB in it. So I was just like, all right, well, nothing I can do here. I didn't even want to like ask the guy. I was like, listen, I didn't even ask the guy. So I went to Target. All that was at Target were Rebel Clash ETBs. And I was like, well, I don't want this. Like, this looks like crap. Like, I want Champion's Path, the newest things. Well, I didn't even bother buying any of them. Hindsight being 2020, I should have gone because, like, I'm sure that guy went there and bought every single one they had. I think they had, like, base set and Rebel Clash, but nothing else. So that's my story about Rebel Clash. I didn't open much Rebel Clash, very small amount of it. They do have quite a few rainbow cards in them. You know, the starter... you know, final forms, they have all of those in this. You know, I like the rainbow cards. I've always been a big fan of the rainbow cards. You know, so they kind of are cool for me. Like you said, Sonya's in it. I have a Sonya PSA 10 rainbow right now. Just got it back rated. But like you said, it's like full arts, and those were the hits. But now that we know what this, you know, Sword and Shield block had, you know, in store for everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and just go and give it a D with you. Like it's, I want to just, I don't know. It's the first 5 or 6 sets of every, you know, block crap. And then it takes them like, they got to figure their legs out. Cause for the past 3, that's been the case.
I don't know. Scarlet and Violet's not as bad as well, we'll get to it in another one, but I don't know. Paldia Evolved. I think Temporal Forces was a first 4 set, right? Or was that 5?
Might be 5.
I like that set a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I like that set a lot. But yeah,
Violet Masquerade's doing some good things right now. But I'm still waiting to see what their like gimmick is for this block, and like we're waiting for it. It keeps getting teased, like Team Rocket. I'm really excited to see what happens with that, but I'm also really afraid for a lot of people are going to be disappointed in that. So. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, the first couple sets are terrible. Let's do something fun. Let's go Evolving Skies.
Mid.
I hate that VMAX Umbreon. Like, I'm not a fan of that card. I've said it. I don't like it that much. I like the Vs better.
Yeah.
The Vs from this set, the Evolution Vs from this set are on point. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I just don't like that card for whatever reason. That's the card that this block's going to be known for. It's going to be that. It keeps fluctuating up and down in price. But I mean, when you have stuff like the Espeon V, I think that might be one of the best full art cards in Sword and Shield, the Sword and Shield block. It's an absolutely beautiful card. I also like the Umbreon V, where he's kind of in the alleyway chatting to all the other Pokemon. They're all kind of staring at him. Also the
Noivern's fire.
Yeah, the Rayquaza, I think is the better alt art from the set. I don't know why it's not treated that way. It was the chase before the VMAX became the chase, the Umbreon VMAX.
Hot take. I think the Sylveon VMAX Rainbow is the best rainbow card ever made.
Let me take a look. I'm sorry. I was just looking at the Duraludon turd again. It's
number 211.
let's see, the Umbreon VMAX. Oh no, that's Sylveon.
Sylveon,
That is a good one.
You know why? Because of the white.
Yeah, it makes it pop. Definitely makes it pop. That's a cool card. Any of the evolutions are going to be good. Like I don't hate most of them other than this Umbreon VMAX. I also just don't like not what it did to, like, it did a lot of good for the hobby. That it gave, a modern chase for a lot of people. I just don't know why it ran away the way it ran away, and it continued to run away. Like, even when we were in Orlando, they were still going for $1,400. Like, people going around shy. I think someone asked me, someone had one to buy for $1,300. They were walking around trying to sell it for $1,300. I mean, it's got a lot. There's a ton of cards here to pick and choose from. Like, they have quite a big, between the rainbows and the V full arts and all that. Like, there's a lot it's a 225 card set. Like, there's a lot to sink your teeth into here. I also really love that Jolteon V art. Just the regular Jolteon V full art. I think that's another fantastic card. All that being said, though, like, it's a good set. I know people complained about it, evolving cries and all that stuff, but it has what people want in it.
It has a lot of what people want.
Yeah, like a lot of what people want. So I don't want to give it an A, but I'm going to give it an A because it has what people want in it. It's literally the poster child for this block, until Crown Zenith finally, climbs that peak and takes over Evolving Skies. But it's going to get an A just because of what it is, like what it's done for the hobby, what it's continuing to do for the hobby. Like, everyone knows what Evolving Skies is in this hobby. So,
yeah. So I run into such a big problem when I rate this set, because I think, like, the cards in the set probably make it S, like all the evolutions, Dragonite, Rayquaza, but I just hate how it doesn't have the trainer gallery. And this set feels really bad to open. Shout out to Dragonfly Games, the shop that scammed everyone. They shipped me my $70 Evolving Skies booster boxes. So I felt like I had to open one when it first came out, and it was not a good time. Like, it did not feel good to open the set. I still don't think it feels good to open the set. I think people are absolutely wild for spending $10, $15 on these packs and opening them, because
Rattle opened 3,300 packs to get a Moonbreon. Like, what?
Respectfully, that's just not even worth the content, in my opinion. But
crazy.
Yeah, it's so I think, like I said, the cards are probably S tier, but like, it just doesn't feel. It feels gross to open. So I don't really like. I don't know how I want to rate it. It just. I think, like. Can we put it between S and A?
We can put it between S and A.
Yeah, it's just like,
you want to give it an S, or you want? Because I gave it an A, so we can give it an A.
I'm just gonna put an S for the memes, but
okay.
I mean, anyone that opens this set at this point is just dusted. Like, you are just
a dust lord. The V, again, just the Evolution V cards are some of the best arts in the entire Sword and Shield block. Glaceon V, like, just look at those cards. They're better than the V Maxes, hands down, all the time. Like, I love them. So, and then, the Rayquaza, like, number 194 is another awesome Rayquaza art. Like, there's a bunch of good stuff in this set. Rainbow Rayquaza. We won't talk about Duraludon.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm done with Evolving Skies.
All right. Chill and Pain.
Dog. Another set that feels kind of bad to open. But, dude, I think we kind of brought it up a little bit before, and we'll get to it. But, like, Chilling Reign and Fusion, to me, like, are very comparable, right? Like, they both dropped super low in price into the 70s when they got reprinted. But, dude, like, Chilling Reign's alt arts are, like, S+ tier for me. Now, the main problem is some of the Pokemon aren't fan favorite Pokemon, but, like, from just an art perspective, like, I love all the Galarian, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno alt arts. I love the Zapdos one for whatever reason. I'm always been a huge fan of Zapdos, and I think it's hilarious, like him running up the mountain.
Yeah.
I really like the Zera Aura alt art. I think that's really, really well done. I don't think I'm as high on the Galarian Rapidash as maybe some other people, but it's still pretty solid. Now, for whatever reason, the Ice Rider and Shadow Rider Calyrex alt art,
Yes.
I love them.
The
I don't know.
Shadow Rider is so good.
I think better. I don't think I rated it in the alt art tier list because for memes I had to put Umbreon at S. But I think the Shadow Rider is better than the Umbreon art. Hot take. And then
I mean, it's a very good art. Like I love anything that's like eerie and kind of like ethereal like that. It looks so cool.
yeah, it's so sick. And then it's got like the gold Snorlax, and I'm a pretty big fan of the Blaziken VMAX as well. Fun story. MVP shipped stuff really poorly, and I received a Celebrations ETB that was damaged. So I opened it, and there's a Chilling Rain pack in the inside of those ETBs. I pulled the Blaziken, graded it a pristine 10 from CGC back in the day. Sold it with Mr. Daniel Ketchum Collectibles for I think $450, which is like the price of a PSA 10 now. So basically skipped 2 or 3 years of my time, 2 years of my time, and basically sold it for the same price as it is today. And I forgot to mention, I like the Galarian Slowking as well. I think it's a solid A tier.
Go on. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I think like it's close to being an S tier if it had like a trainer gallery. I think the alternate arts alone are just top notch in this set.
Yeah, the Galarian Slowking is a fantastic art. I think my favorite alt art from this entire set though is the Tornadus.
Oh, I forgot the Tornadus. I like that one as well.
The Tornadus is so good. Again, big fan of other Pokemon in Pokemon cards that aren't the name of the card. This has it. There's a Scorn Bunny getting thrown through the air, like it's or Score Bunny, like it's very, very cool. There's a Celebi V art in here as well that I really love. The
I like the
Blissey
too. The
Blissey is great. Like there's a lot of good cards here. I didn't open much Chilling Rain. I love the Galarian Moltres. Big fan of that one too. Like you said, the Galarian legendary birds are very cool.
I like the full art Blaziken too. I think the colors behind them look really cool. Number 161.
Let me take a look at that. 161. Oh yeah, dude. And listen, like full art, and that's what I'm saying. Like the Celebi has the same 160, like has that nice coloring behind it as well.
Now, why did they put the Celebi alt in Fusion? So the Celebi full art is in Chilling, and then the Celebi in Japanese is a box promo for the equivalent of Chilling Rain in Japanese, Jet Black. So why would they put that in Fusion? It just doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. I wish it was in this set, I guess. I feel like the way the card looks fits this set a little better, but
yeah. So what did you rank this?
I put it in A.
A. Yeah, I mean, it's got tons of good stuff in it. I don't think I'll go. Man, I might go B for Chilling Rain as I walk through the valley of 79.99 booster boxes. Shout out PK.
I don't know where he was buying
Rain for a while, man. Yeah, he was crushing the Chilling Rain. Should have been buying Evolving Skies. Hindsight's 2020. What can you do? But shit's gonna go up. It's been going up.
Hey man, I bought some Chilling Rain cases for $420 shipped.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. PoNGa's got the freaking hookups, everyone.
So
I mean, look at him
talking about
smiling.
$80. Talking about $80 a piece. Where were these people buying them for $80 a piece? They were available other places for a lot less than that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he went P Football Pete. I think's the story. Bought him from P Football Pete.
Yeah, so. Unfortunately, there was a lot of card stores that were very down bad at the time. So you got to take advantage where you can.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Let's go Fusion Strike.
Yeah, I think that's fair to talk about that right now.
Celebi V or the Celebi V alt art I think is one of my favorite alt arts in the Sword and Shield block.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't get enough love. It's pretty. It's a pretty card. I'm a big fan of that one. Let me scroll down and see what we got here. Other than that, let's see. It's got the Gengar VMAX. Another Tyranitar V card. This is a huge set. 264. Let's see. 284. This is a monster set. Yeah, the Gengar VMAX is fantastic. I hate how they did this with. I don't understand why the Espeon VMAX is in this set and not in Evolving Skies. That drives me nuts too. It's got the awesome Inteleon VMAX card. That's another awesome alt art card. Big fan of that one too. The Greedent V is another cool one.
I love the Greedent.
Dude, the Greedent is so good. He's just stuffing his face. Dude, listen, this is the Greedent. That's him. We got to show him while we can. He's the happiest man in the world. That Greedent couldn't be any happier. I love it. It makes me happy. This set gets a lot of love from a lot of people. Shout out Cool Trainer Ryan. He big meme with all of this. Just pulled Fusion Strike a lot. Was pulling it a lot, trying to get that Celebi V alt art, which is just so good. The Mew V alt art is also another great one. Again, Pokemon inside of other Pokemon cards. It seems a little cluttered though. It feels a little cluttered. So it's not my favorite, but it's another great art. Sandaconda is kind of mid. But the Celebi really carries this set for me. Like I said, I don't understand why this card doesn't get the love it deserves. I think it's, like I said, one of the better alt art cards out there. Fusion Strike's going to get a B for me. I don't think it's going to get any higher than a B for me. Especially when you have some of these other sets. Like I think Brilliant Stars is better than Fusion Strike. So I can't put it on the same level.
Yeah, so it's another interesting one. I think it's super top heavy. Now, while I think it's like comparable to like something like Chilling Reign, like for how people remember it, it's I feel like Chilling Reign has more art I enjoy, but less top heavy. And I feel like Fusion Strike just has, in my opinion, my favorite ones, like the Celebi, Espeon, Gengar.
Yeah.
I really dislike the Mew alt arts. I like the Greedent, but it's still just a Greedent, right? It's just so hard because like I think Celebi, Espeon, and Gengar are so good that it like really elevates the set for me. So I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. I like it just as much as probably that Chilling Reign, Brilliant Lost Origin type band that we have going here. But you put it in what, B?
B, yeah. I just realized that one of the moves for the Greedent full art card is called Nom 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 Incisors. How can you how do you not that card should be one of the best cards? Nom 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 Incisors. That's golden.
I didn't mention it, but the Mew just regular full art I really like as well. I think that's one of the better full arts. And then I think the Genesect's kind of funny as well, but
right on. All right. It's my turn.
No, it's mine. You just did a fusion. I'm gonna do Shining Fates. I'm not gonna say much about it. I think it's way better than people give it credit for. Just because you're a fan of Kanto and Johto Pokemon doesn't mean it's a bad set. I will say it does feel a little stale. I mean, it's just so much worse than Hidden Fates. But and like the amount of full art shinies in the set are just, there's just so few compared to Hidden Fates. I think they kind of missed the mark there. I think it's just like a mid set. I think it's like on the same tier as like Battle Styles and those sets. So I'm gonna put it at B.
Okay. I'm gonna put
I feel like if this set wasn't reprinted as much as it was, it would be liked more.
So speaking of being in the hobby, way overpaid for ETBs of these. On Game Nerds, I went back when I like first started dabbling again in Pokemon. I think I was about $129 for an ETB. Like, what crack dust was I smoking, bro?
I know before release they sold them for MSRP because I had like 8 accounts and bought the max on all of them.
It was so bad. I really can't remember like having a great opening experience with it. It's wasn't like my favorite. Um, Sweet coughing card there. I'm just going through. Skyla is in there, obviously, and then you have the, the baby shiny vault. So shiny vaults are always fun. I'm looking through though, like I want to say it's not a lot of fan favorite Pokemon in the shiny vault.
Yeah.
There's definitely not a lot there. Like no one wants a Roly Coly as a shiny. Like who wants that? Let's see. Yeah, Galarian Meowth. I'm just looking through real quick. I like the Lapras V. I think that's a great card. And like you said, the full art shinies aren't there, man. There's only 5 or 10 of them. 10 full art shinies. Charizard V Max again rears its ugly head. The Ditto V is awesome. I love Ditto. Big Ditto fan. I love Blue Ditto too. So that was cool. But I'm with you, man. Like, first of all, I got bent overpaying way too much on this set when it came out. I think I bought 2 ETBs. I opened them. I looked at myself in the mirror long and hard. And this was like literally like I bought those 2, opened them, and I stopped dealing with Pokemon for a little bit. Like that was it. Like this was the catalyst to stop was Shining Fates. So I'm not a big fan. Like I said, I'm gonna put it in C just because it's there's shiny vault. People love the shiny vault, but no, you know what? I'm gonna put it in a D. I don't like this.
Oh man,
I really don't like this set. Like I said, this is like the set that like ushered me on out of Pokemon in like late 2020, early 2021. So not the biggest fan of this set.
Yeah, funny with this set is probably like my best flip I've ever done. I sold hundreds and hundreds of loose packs to and I still have all the promos too. I have stacks of all the promos from the pin boxes, the ETBs, all that stuff. But
the EV promo.
Yeah, I sold I have a lot of the pin boxes, so I had hundreds of the pin boxes. I sold hundreds of packs to one streamer at $10 a pack when it first released. So
Wow.
basically more than doubling my money. And then
a pack.
And then I offloaded, I don't know, close to 1,000 packs to one guy at $8 a pack. It was
Cha-ching.
Shining Fates did well for me.
Well, if I had that experience, it would not be ranked a D right now for myself.
Yeah.
I was the schmuck buying them for $8 a pack.
Yeah, well.
That was me getting bent.
It pays off not being a ripper boy.
I was a ripper boy. All right, my turn. Let's do Sword and Shield. So I think my favorite card will be the Rainbow VMAX Snorlax, or just the Snorlax VMAX. Other than that, I really don't have much to say about the set. That's my favorite from it. I didn't rip any Sword and Shield base. Maybe a pack or 2 here and there. Nothing crazy. I'm not real familiar with it. I did buy some Rainbow art from it, Rainbow full arts, but I really don't know. I'm just gonna give it a C. I think that Snorlax, for whatever reason, I really, really, really love that card. I feel like I don't know why there hasn't been a Snorlax alt art yet either. Like I feel like they're sleeping on that. No pun intended there. So I'm just gonna give it a C.
Yeah, probably around C as well. I don't think I hated it as much as like Rebel Clash or Darkness Ablaze. I don't mind gold cards. A few of these sets I said I really like the gold card in the set, but it has obviously the legendaries, the gold cards of those 2. And then I think some of the full arts are pretty good. I like the Sableye, the Lapras, but I know like the Marnie was a chase in the set, or is still a chase in the set. It's just the base set. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst, but like, when you're comparing it to the rest, it just falls short. I think it's a little better than Darkness and Rebel though, for sure. All right. And that brings us to Astral. Let me just pull this up. This is the Machamp set, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's got the Machamp, which I really like. I really like the Beedrill. I think I mentioned that when we tier listed
Yes,
the
Beedrill's great. Origin Form Palkia V is another
I like the
severely
Roxanne full art.
underrated card.
And then what's the sets trainer gallery? Let me remind myself. I really once again it has the legendary birds, which is pretty nice. The Garchomp's obviously really nice, and then it obviously has the Starmie, which is probably the biggest one, right? One of those sets, yeah, it doesn't have as much depth, especially like in the trainer gallery, as some of the other higher tier Brilliant Stars Lost Origin type sets. This one's a little hard though, right? Because it does have a trainer gallery, which I really like. I just feel like it's kind of missing out on those super high end chases besides the Machamp. I'm probably gonna put it at I feel like I like it better than like Battle Styles at B tier, but I think I'm just gonna stick it in the B tier.
Okay. Yeah, the Machamp's a great card. Definitely like the Machamp card. Big fan of that. Like I said, the Origin Form Palkia V is another huge one for me. I really love that. You mentioned the Beedrill. Pokemon in Pokemon. It's the same Pokemon, but it's an awesome card. And the Beedrill V card is cool. Again, pink red background, looking good. I think my favorite card from the set, though, is definitely that Origin Form Palkia V. I just like the way that card's set up. I like how it hits. You don't see much art like that in this Pokemon hobby. So, the trainer gallery is all right. Nothing super crazy. I think my favorite trainer gallery card is probably it's going to sound great, is the Hoot Hoot.
That's a good one.
I think it's done by the same artist who did the Jinx that I mentioned earlier. Again, mountains, just monk meditating. It's just a pretty cool card. I'll go ahead and throw it in B with you. I don't have anything bad to say about Astral Radiance. I don't have anything, no ties or anything to it. So now look at that tier list.
That concludes the ultimate correct 100% Sword and Shield set.
And I apologize ahead of time, Mason. If you don't like this, dude, I'm so sorry. I tried. There's some S's in here this time. I'm so sorry. Yeah, hopefully you like it. I don't know what to say.
It just, I say it like every week, but it's like when you have two people rating it and one person rates it an S and the other one puts it in B or something, or like that's just an example. Like certain sets fall on tiers with other sets and they just outclass them completely, right?
Who's ranking it S and B in that scenario, PoNGa?
Well, probably me and S, and you probably B. But like you just get like weird tiers, right? Like if I rate something an A and you rate it a C, and you have it averages out to B. Well, I think a lot of people might agree with whoever rated it an A. So like it's hard to compare. Like Astral Radiance is better than Battle Styles, right? But like they're on the same tier.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. But then when you look at it in comparison to the sets that are above it, it's like, well, Astral's not better than any of the sets above it. So, yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to have like double the amount of tiers, I think you can make it a little more accurate, like when it comes to that. But, for what we do, I think it's pretty good.
No Y tiers this week. That's I think Box Nostalgia first.
Well, yeah, you're the one who does all the Ys and no S's.
Oh, I love throwing Y tiers down. Why would you do this? Put Rebel Clash in Y. Why? Copper Jaw? Why? The worst ETB box art of all time. All right, I'm going to remove this. It's just absolute trash, dude. I freaking hate it. What they were thinking. All right. Let me pull this up. I'm all discombobulated now. All right, tier list. Oh, looks like we're going to beer pong. Haven't done beer pong in a little bit. I don't think we did it last week.
No, we didn't.
We did not. So beer pong is back. Segment. I think this week we are going to be talking about Halo versus Call of Duty. I'm going to let PoNGa be Call of Duty, and I will be Halo for sure. Because I know I'm going to let you go first, PoNGa.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go on the whole Call of Duty rant. I think anyone that watched the previous episode, if you want to hear way too in-depth analysis of every Call of Duty ever made.
The ultimate Call of Duty tier list.
Yeah, I get super nerdy when it comes to Call of Duty. Now, both of these games I love. They're like my two probably favorite shooters. I think back in the day they were super unique. Halo being kind of, I don't know, like a less realistic, futuristic kind of shooter, and then Call of Duty being like the more World War II, boots on the ground type Call of Duty. And obviously we evolved from there since then with certain titles of Call of Duty. But I just think the longevity when it comes to Call of Duty, and I know people don't really like the new Call of Duties, whatever, but I think the new Call of Duties are probably more like than the new Halos. From like the widespread, I probably like Infinite better than like some of the newer Call of Duties, but just like the wide majority of people probably enjoy the new Call of Duties better. So I think the longevity Call of Duty's done. And I know part of the problem with Call of Duty is the yearly releases, but I like how there's a lot of releases. Like, I think the main problem with Halo games, and we've seen that in the past few Halo titles, is they come out with the game and have fun with your one update for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Or we're going to put an update out and just like reskin some of the maps, which they've done. Or just release old maps, which once again, the new Call of Duty's done as well. But I just think, like I said, the longevity, the amount of newness that comes into the new Call of Duty games compared to like Halo. Obviously I'm a big competitive person. The support when it comes to the Call of Duty scene compared to the Halo scene, I mean, it just dwarfs what Halo puts out there at this point. I just feel like Halo hasn't been able to do anything new. It just feels like the same old Halo, besides like Halo 5, which was kind of, the dashing. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much more in depth about Call of Duty, but the main argument there is just the longevity.
Okay. So obviously Halo
Call of Duty has a BR and Halo doesn't.
Excuse me? There's literally a gun called the BR in Halo.
No. Battle Royale.
Oh. But you don't like Battle Royale.
I don't like it, but it still is an added benefit.
You hate the Battle Royale.
Yeah, well, Battle Royales are awful and they ruin gaming, so
Halo was the killer app for Xbox when it came out. It was the coolest thing I have ever played up to that point in my life. The amount of hours spent on it dwarfs what I've spent on Call of Duty. I remember sitting in my friend's house, just sitting on his bed, playing Maw, the last map of Halo campaign, driving the Warthogs, trying to get out of the ship, Pillar of Autumn, which was awesome. Loved all the little Easter eggs you could find in the game. There was a fervor around Halo, man. HBO, halo.bungie.org was a massive online place where you could go to and find out what you wanted to find out about the game. Archives of everything, discussion boards, the whole nine. Then Halo 2 came out, dual wielding happened. Everyone freaking went nuts. Some of the best pure, run and gun multiplayer experience ever. I really, really enjoyed that game. It was just, ahead of its time, really. Like, those games were ahead of its time. Halo 3 came out during college years. I remember buying Crackdown so I could play. Like, literally, Crackdown had so many sales because it had the Halo 3 beta on it. So I played the crap out of Crackdown, too. Really awesome game. If you haven't played Crackdown for the Xbox 360, I think it was.
You're arguing Halo.
I know I'm arguing, but I'm also going to say how awesome Crackdown was. Crackdown was a good ancillary product to the beta that was Halo 3. Halo 3 rocked. I'm not going to talk about Halo 4, Halo 5, really, because those aren't as nostalgic for me. ODST was another fantastic game. Recon was another awesome game. Like, those games were so cool. Bungie did such a hell of a job doing it. When that studio was solid, those were some of the best shooter games out there. Sony came out with Killzone, could not, take out Halo. To PoNGa's point, though, and I know I'm supposed to be arguing Halo here, but I'm going to argue.
He does this every time. He starts supporting me.
I know, but it's because you're right there. And I love Halo. Halo is stuck where it was. like you said, it hasn't really evolved. They tried doing it with Infinite. Infinite kind of fell flat a little bit when it came out. They fixed it. It's a much better game. I think just the studio switches and everything, and the fallout with Bungie and Microsoft really soured, Halo to them to stop making it, man. So I don't know. I just think if you want to be more of a pick up the game and go play and have a good time, Halo is where you're going to find more fun. You're not going to get, I don't know. Call of Duty's rough these days, man. Like, it's a rough game to try and pick up and play. Halo, I can pick it up and play and still have a great time. Try play Call of Duty, I get my ass whooped. I had another term I was going to use, but I'm not going to use that one. Just get fucked up. So it's not good. I don't know. I like Halo much more. It'll always hold a spot in my heart. Tell us what you think below, please. Halo, Call of Duty. I'm also going to take
Call of Duty has zombies. That's
Halo has infected.
okay.
Oh, don't. Same difference, no?
No.
Come on.
Dude, how elaborate.
Guys all across the map with energy swords isn't badass.
Dude, how in-depth the zombies maps are with like the Easter eggs and stuff. Like, especially like, not like World at War zombies, but like later on zombie Treyarch games. Like, dude, there's like hours. Like, it takes hours to complete the Easter eggs. And like, there's so many different steps. Like, the thought that gets put into those games. And I think when we talked about Call of Duty, we didn't talk about zombies as much as we probably should have. But I think, Call of Duty, whatever, it's not as fun anymore. Public matches, all that stuff, skill-based matchmaking, whatever. But like, it still has zombies for the most part, like with Treyarch titles. And then it has, if you enjoy Warzone as well, which I kind of classify as its own separate game. But yeah, it just, it's a shame Halo hasn't been able to innovate or make it feel a little more fresh than what it feels like. I will say, though, I have a lot of fun playing Halo ranked, and I have zero fun playing Call of Duty ranked.
Halo ranked is fun. You and I have played Halo ranked before, and it's always a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun. I do the objectives, and this man gets endless points and damage, and just frustrates the hell out of me.
That's my role in any.
He goes, look at that damage.
It's my role in any shooter ever. Go sit on the objective, and I will kill everything. That's
love it, PoNGa. All right, let's go hot takes. I can't believe this is even going to be the hot take because I have to just refute his hot take with my own hot take.
So I'll start with mine then.
But toe a very, very, very fine line here because it could get really not cool real quick.
No.
So go on, PoNGa.
Watching TV or movies with subtitles is the better way to do it. I know. How did this get brought up? We were texting.
No, I know how it got brought up.
So we're talking about Game of Thrones.
Spoilers. This is why, bro.
Yeah. So
tell everyone what happened. Tell everyone.
So, in Game of Thrones, I'll just leave it at this. Yeah. Is we my wife and I are rewatching Game of Thrones, and we knew there was a spoiler for House of the Dragon that is said in season 3 of Game of Thrones, and we knew it was coming. And my wife, tried to get me to turn away and was like talking so I wouldn't hear it. And I read the subtitles and saw the spoiler, but
it's better, right? That ruined the entire series for you.
No, it didn't. Like now. I already like kind of knew the outcome, so it didn't really. But like, it just kind of confirms it. Like, I thought I knew what happens, but it just kind of like confirms it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you know the history of like what happens in Game of Thrones, like it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of times where, there's a lot of dialogue and you kind of miss it because you're so focused on, what's going on in the scene and stuff like that. I'm the kind of person that when you're like watching a movie or something and you like miss some dialogue, like I want to go back and hear what they say. Otherwise, like I feel kind of lost or like I'm missing out on something important.
I do that.
And I feel like with subtitles, I just kind of miss that a little less because I do hear it and I also can read it in case they're like talking fast. Or like there's always those shows and movies where like some dialogue is like kind of quiet compared to like the music or something. And so, yeah, it's just like I don't necessarily sit there and read the subtitles the entire episode or the entire movie, but I do notice myself kind of reading them at times, especially when there's like important dialogue going on. So for the most of the part, like once you get used to subtitles, they're not really a distraction. You don't really miss anything from the actual visuals. And to me, it's just kind of like an added benefit. Like there's nothing. It's like I guess like part of the reason I like it is because like I love Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and the dubbed version with like the subtitles were always, the especially with like Dragon Ball Super, because it wasn't out on TV at the time. I would watch like the translated version and be able to read the subtitles. So, or like any anime in general, though, a lot of the subtitles are pretty popular. So when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of those kind of shows. So I just think I'm used to it at this point.
Okay. I mean, I think this hot take is terrible. It's a terrible, terrible hot take. There is nothing more distracting than trying to watch a show with subtitles at the bottom. If you don't need the subtitles, like obviously there's people in the world that need the subtitles to be able to watch TV shows. I don't want to see them on the TV screen. Some people, like, I go over their houses and they have the subtitles on. No one needs the subtitles, and it's just subtitled. It drives me nuts. I'm gonna come visit PoNGa for Chicago Collecticon, and there's gonna be subtitles. I'm gonna turn them off on every single TV he has. Just gonna turn them off.
Well, it depends what you're watching, right? Like, if I'm watching like sports, I turn the subtitles off. It's like a click of two buttons.
Yeah, I don't know.
So like, I don't watch like sports with subtitles. It's just like, TV or movies.
Okay. I'm gonna. So my hot take, I didn't write down here, but I'm gonna change the hot take a little bit because I just kind of said what I needed to say to PoNGa there. But I think people waiting for the next big thing in Pokemon are missing like the point. And I'm gonna use Gloria Team Rocket as that, like, as my point here. Like, everyone's banking and hoping for a set to come out to have this crazy, crazy value. And everyone's hoping that it's going to happen and hoping it's going to happen. It could not happen. I don't think Gloria Team Rocket, it's not going to be as good as Team Rocket Returns for people. It's not going to be good as original Team Rocket. It's going to be good for the modern people. It's going to be good for a lot of that. I just don't think it's going to be the same. I think you're going to see a lot of people who like vintage stuff severely disappointed. And you're going to have a lot of people who like the modern stuff who don't know about Team Rocket EA or Return Team Rocket and, original Team Rocket. It's kind of rehashing old stuff, pandering to the market now. I don't know. I think people just miss the point with the hobby when it comes to hoping and waiting for the next one. There's so many other things going around. Like, you have people probably hoarding money up right now to buy into these sets heavily, just because of the name that's on the set. And I think that's silly. So that's my hot take.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's the reason I don't really look at Discord anymore or any of that kind of stuff. Everyone is talking about the newest stuff and never focusing on what's actually out. I think
ifs and what could be's. Don't put money in your pocket.
Yeah,
don't
it's
put joy in your heart. Like, it's nice to look forward to something, but it's, what's tangible in front of you is always a bird in the bush is worth two in the hand, or a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush is the phrase. And that's kind of what I'm getting here.
Yeah, I agree. I'll just leave it at that. I agree.
Right on. Okay. PoNGa hates Discord. Gotcha. Oh no, it's not Who's That Pokemon. We got
rabbit holes.
Oh, we got rabbit holes, baby. Oh no. Boo! Rabbit holes. Okay. So this week for rabbit holes, I have where's my notebook? I have Metal Raiders from the Yu-Gi-Oh set, or from the first 5 Yu-Gi-Oh sets. Metal Raiders is the second one. Excuse me. It was released on June 26th, 2002. It's a combo, a revival of the Black Demon Dragons and Metal Raiders from Japanese. There's 144 cards in it. Some of the big cards from this set are Change of Heart, Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, and Heavy Stern. Oh man, my handwriting's so bad. But I'm going to pull some stuff up here to show you guys some cards. I'm also going to pull up, so our last rabbit hole, I pulled up a card on the screen that wasn't the card that it was supposed to be. It was a Dark Magician. It was the wrong card. It was the wrong art from the wrong set. So I'm going to rectify that right now. Let's see. We're going to present some stuff. Share screen. Legend of Blue Eye. Share. All right. So I found a TCG player, man. Let me tell you, getting much better with some of this stuff. But here, Dark Magician. Boom.
Fire!
Here we go. Fire. LOB 005. Some of the cards from, that set are just so awesome. Like, Guy of the Fierce Knight. But stuff like this, like King Fog. Like, I didn't even really get deep into these sets. So this is still from Legends of Blue Eye, White Dragon. But just even this, the arts from Yu-Gi-Oh are so cool, and I didn't realize how cool they really were until now. Here's that Pot of Greed again. What an awesome card that is. Just going through trying to show you some that I like Skull Servant, stuff you won't see any of this in Pokemon. It's just very cool. So the Silver Fang card. So this, I don't know, this card's kind of gotten a little more traction in our little Discord group and stuff, because this is one of the cards that was from that promo set that Pikachu got graded through CGC. So that's pretty cool. Swords of Revealing Light, that was one of the main cards from the set. So I'm going to go to Metal Raiders now. Let's see, share this tab instead. I will say that this is probably the most goated card in Yu-Gi-Oh history. I haven't seen them all, but this star with his little red boots and all this is so cool. They're $26 market price. I'm just going to do a buyout on TCG Player and buy every single one of them I can. There's also a Pumpkin Lord one, which is fantastic. Yeah, Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts. Come on, man. We don't see cards like that. So these are just some of the cards from the Metal Raider set. I really enjoy learning about these sets. They're just so Prevent Rat. Robin Goblin. What a name. So I'm just, like I said, they're very cool cards. I want to keep learning about Yu-Gi-Oh. I know PoNGa is very much, was a big Yu-Gi-Oh collector back in the day. He was showing me some of the cards that he had earlier in his binders and stuff, and their original penny sleeves. Just really looking forward to seeing those in person. Tainted Wisdom, look, it's a brain with worms coming out of it. It's just Thunder Dragon, Time Wizard, another cool looking card, man. These
it's just Yu-Gi-Oh,
wild.
The show doesn't hold up as I like the Yu-Gi-Oh show better than Pokemon. If you haven't seen the Yu-Gi-Oh show, you should watch it.
Okay.
I feel obviously Pokemon, you have Pikachu, all that kind of stuff, Meowth, all those Pokemon that play a huge part in the show. But I feel for whatever reason, the cards in Yu-Gi-Oh just like Time Wizard in the show, Blue Eyes, when a Blue Eyes gets summoned in the show, it is a big deal. And I don't know, if you haven't seen the Yu-Gi-Oh show, I really recommend to watch it. It'll make looking into these sets so much better. You don't even need to sit down and just stare at the TV. Put it on a side monitor while you're listing cards or something, or something like that. It's must watch if you haven't watched it. The cards are so sick.
It's more knowledge. Yu-Gi-Oh was never a thing for me, so getting to dig in a little deeper. And I know it's very surface level stuff that we talk about when we do the rabbit holes, and it really shouldn't be a surface level. But when you're learning something new for the first time, I could dig into it. We could sit here and I could talk about Legends of Blue Eye White Dragon for 2 hours if you wanted me to. That was the deal. But obviously we have segments and stuff, so it's just nice scratching the surface and rabbit holes. You find one thing and then you go down a hole in another thing, and that's what's fun about it.
And I think it's so cool, the Yu-Gi-Oh show too. They're playing with cards.
Yeah.
They literally put the cards, and it's summons a hologram type thing. It's just so much cooler than when you look at the actual cards in your hand and you compare it to the cards in the show. It just, it's Yu-Gi-Oh holds a special place for sure. At least the original Yu-Gi-Oh sets hold a special place in my heart for sure.
All right. PoNGa has one of the most goated websites of all time. cheatcc.com.
Yeah, so I got so I have this whole article. So back in 2017, it was its 20th anniversary, believe it or not. So now
What?
it's 27 years old. So I got really lucky with this topic. The owner or the creator of the website actually did like a whole summary on the website for the 20th anniversary. So, it first started back in 1997. It really started, a guy thought it would be a cool idea to have a kind of real good cheat website. So a lot of the websites at the time were very poor. They weren't updated. They weren't always accurate. They weren't really well maintained. So this guy basically started this website. At the time, it wasn't cheatcc.com. It was actually cheat codes, and then it was like .something.com or whatever it was. So basically it started off and he was getting a lot of traction. He was getting like, at one point, like up to 1,000 visitors a day. This was after, back in the day, for those people that didn't know, like there was like lists on Yahoo and people could find your website from Yahoo, which actually drove a lot of traffic to your website. So he gained a lot of traction that way with his website, up to like 1,000 viewers. I think it like went up to 2,000. He ended up changing the host site for the website to, let me just make sure I get this right, simplenet.com. And that completely drove all the traffic away. So the old hosting site was still listed on Yahoo, and didn't update to the new website, and didn't direct the people to the new website. And so he actually almost gave up going through with the site altogether at that time.
Really?
So it was actually, like I said, cheatcodes.simplenet.com. And he quickly realized that having a complex URL like that was not the choice. He actually, I guess it took like several months for Yahoo to update the sites that were actually listed. And so he actually did, submitted the new SimpleNet website, like I mentioned before, but also submitted other website URLs to Yahoo that would all direct to the new website. And they all got approved kind of at the same time. Really drove all the traffic, got to the point where, there were several thousand visits a day. Started doing advertisements like those top banners and stuff you see on the website. Started making money on the website. Waited several months. Him and his parents couldn't believe it, but he used to look at the mailbox every day for that sponsorship check. Finally came in, realized that this was a real thing. Back in the day, internet, you didn't know you can make money from it necessarily. Went on to then purchase, after he got some money, purchased the cheatcc.com URL and website. And then from there kind of just exploded. I think if you played like any GTAs or any of those sites, like this is where you went and found the codes back in the day. I used to go to the website for it's not just cheats, right? I think you were showing it on the screen, but it shows like, for a Zelda game, it would show you where like the things are in like the dungeons and all that kind of stuff. It would show you for Pokemon games, like the caves, the different unlockables you could get in there.
How about this, PoNGa? Frames or no frames, dude.
Yeah.
Remember,
yeah.
dude. So I'm on the Wayback Machine right now. I'm just trying to this is wild, man.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do frames. Wayback Machine. This is crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
And the way they used to do the cheat guides, dude, you would just print out so many pieces of paper.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I used to especially when I played GTA, I would print out all the codes. Obviously, you would memorize like how to spawn a tank, all that kind of stuff. But I would just have pages and pages and pages. Back in these days, we didn't have laptops, we didn't have cell phones to look it up. So you would have to go to the computer, print them out, and bring them to your gaming system. But yeah, that's what you're showing right there is a perfect example of like what it was. And then they had the guides and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm literally have goosebumps right now going.
Yeah, it is like
freaking wild.
It is like free strategy guides on steroids. I mean, that's basically what the website is.
Absolutely. It was such a fun time, like finding stuff like this. I just want to see like they used to do like cool like the lettering to make the make the logo for the games and stuff.
Yeah, and like when a new game came out, you would like refresh the page waiting for the new game's codes to come out. Like they would have people that would like try to dive into the game and figure out everything, and it would like slowly be updated over
There you
time.
go.
Yeah, those
Like,
are like the guides. Yeah,
this is
but
so.
it basically just digitized like the strategy guide, right? But yeah, I mean, you would like slowly get updated codes on there and stuff that like every day you check and there'd be a new updated code or something for like a brand new title.
Yep.
It was just when you gave that to me, I was like, oh my God, I haven't thought about this website in forever.
Dude, it's such a good website. Like I can't. So Wayback Machine. Shout out Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles for even mentioning this. I never knew it was the thing. Like this, getting the Bigoron sword, Frozen Zora's domain. Like this is so wild. And dude, I can't believe I can go back. Like I said, I literally just had goosebumps all over my arms and legs from seeing that website. Frames or no frames, this took me back sitting in my house as a kid in my old town I used to live in at our family computer in the living room and just printing the 26-page guide for Mario 64 and my mom yelling at me saying you wasted too much ink.
Yep.
The things you remember, right? So there you go, man. All right. Well, that was our rabbit holes for this week. Next week, I'm going to give PoNGa, in light of this new pickup that I did, this Surfing Pikachu. He is going to delve into some Bandai sealed ass fancy graffiti cards. So looking forward to hearing a little bit more about them. And what do you got for me, dude?
Yeah, mine's related to last episode's tier list. So Call of Duty World at War campaign. I think we all are familiar with the ray gun and zombies, but there's a technique to do in the campaign to actually unlock it in one of the levels of the campaign. So I want you to look into that.
Right on, man. Figure that out. I like delving in some video game stuff. Now I got this Wayback Machine. I can find everything.
Well, I'm sure there's YouTube videos of unlocking the ray gun.
I'll do it the old way. All right. So we're going to get a little crazy today. We're going to add Generation 6.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's done. I didn't study. I didn't study. I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, man. But you're going to be very upset because I'm going first.
Oh, he's got an easy one, that means.
Dude. It's the hardest one there is. What are you talking about?
Pikachu?
It's the hardest one it is. Rayquaza. I'm so good.
Dude, I'm going to get the hardest one.
Dude. Look at that. Ray, baby.
Togekiss?
You got it.
Don't click it. I know it. So I'll guess it if you don't know it.
Oh, man. Is it the bass Pokemon? Is it the bass one? Shit. I'm so bad at this. What is it, PoNGa?
Relicanth.
I would have never known that in a second. That's yours. Good luck.
Man.
Good luck. Don't click out of it. I know it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste time. I could probably have a guess, but I don't even have a guess.
I don't know.
I knew it was a pumpkin. I just didn't know the name.
Mareep. Damn, I'm so good.
Oh, that is that Chespin? No, that's the evolved one. They look the same.
Oh, what's this? No, I think I had it.
You had it in another episode. Snorunt, yeah. You gotta let me guess when you don't know it. Oh man. Doesn't it start with like it starts with like a P or something, doesn't it?
I don't know this one. Do you know it?
It's like something Perrot, Pedrot, I don't know, something like that. Chat tots, whatever. Oh, I was thinking of, I don't know why I was mixing it up with Pachirisu for some reason, but that's the like the little, it's not even a bird.
Oh, Ampharos?
Yeah.
All right, one more each. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Dusted, bro.
I don't even have a guess.
Swana?
Yeah.
Oh man, Seal.
Dude, this is
But I'm so much better at this game than you are.
This is unreal.
Oh, dude, I know what that is.
Is this Timber?
That's Timber. Yeah. All right. Oh.
Falucha.
Of course. Yeah, this is the one that I can't pronounce. He called me out for. Thanks. All right. No more of these. We're done with these. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, watching almost 2 hours of us rant about Pokemon cards and stuff in here, and tier lists and everything. Please like, subscribe. 1 week from today's premiere of this, Beerski Palooza, please contact me. You can still come. DM me. I will contact you back. PoNGa will be there. So you get box nostalgia too. Like, it's a win-win.
I think it's time to say it too, right?
I think it is time to say it.
We're going to do a special episode. Apparently, Beerski is going to figure out a way to have a podcast set up for an in-person episode with the two of us. And then obviously, if you decide to come to his party, I think Friday.
Yep.
Thursday or Friday. I think we're going to end up doing it Friday, but you'll be basically in the background for the episode and you could join in if you want to. So we're going to kind of have I don't know that many people have done a podcast like this where not only is it in person, but we have special guests in the background to join us. So
yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It'll be fun. Like I said, there's a lot of good homies from the hobby that are going to be here. Probably going to do it Friday night after the TCG tournament. Obviously it'll be, it's going to be a day of fun, and then just having everyone around and, doing our normal podcast. And I'm going to I think the whole computer setup's going to come outside. I'm going to set it up under, it might just be done on my front porch, actually, because it's a nice spot. Just painted it today. It's looking good. So let's go. So we're going to get that done. Very excited to do an in-person live with not just PoNGa, but with whoever else is going to be there. It should be a fun time. So really looking forward to seeing everyone in a week's time. I hope everyone is safe and everyone has a great weekend. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace.